Hello, everyone. Welcome to the latest ATTA webinar session. Thank you for joining us today. Please make yourself comfortable. We'll just be waiting for others to join in and then we'll start. The chat function is open, so please do well to let us know what part of the world you're joining us from. Our webinars attract a global audience, so it would be nice to know where you're joining us from today. We have Jackie from the UK, Purvi from Kenya. Welcome, Purvi. We have Joanne from UK, Jeremy from Belgium, Dima from Botswana, Diana from the UK, you're welcome to today's webinar. We'll just wait 2 more minutes and then we'll start. To those of you who are just meeting me for the first time, my name is Blessing, and I'm going to be your panelist for today. Oh, we have Michael from Johannesburg. Welcome, Michael. Okay, I think we're going to be starting now. Hello to those of you just joining us. My name is Blessing, like I mentioned earlier, and I'm your panelist for today. The chat function is open, so let us know what part of the world you're joining us from, as our webinars do attract a global audience. I'm here joining from our office in London, and we have a beautiful weather today. Yeah. On today's webinar, we'll be virtually flying to Namibia with Ethiopian Airlines. We'll also get to learn the various ways you can travel to the beautiful Namibia using Ethiopian Airlines and to discover more about what Namibia has to offer to tourists. It promises to be an exciting session, so get yourself ready for this experience. As always, the webinar is being recorded and will be made available shortly after the live session. So no need to worry if you miss out on anything. This will be distributed afterwards. After the session, there will be an opportunity for Q&A. So you can take down whatever question you have and pop that into the Q&A box just at the bottom of your screen. And they will be directed to the speaker at the end of the presentation. To take us through the session today, we are delighted to be joined by Joaquin Kababi and Laura Says. Joe is an airline sales, marketing, and accounts manager with over 15 years of experience in both the UK and international markets. Joe now represents Ethiopian Airlines and actively promotes leisure routes within the tour operator markets. Laura, on the other hand, is the sales, marketing, and accounts manager for Namibia Tourism Board for the UK market. She's been representing the tourism board for many years, and Namibia is one of our primary accounts. So rest assured, we're in safe hands today. Joe, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you, Blessing, for the introduction. Pleasure to be here today, representing Ethiopian Airlines here in the UK. My name is Joe. I represent Ethiopian Airlines in the UK. We are the biggest carrier in Africa. We are part of the Star Alliance. which is an alliance with many other airlines. We are 70 years young. We have been traveling to the UK for 50 years. We have a big network of 62 different destinations in Africa, but equally we fly in Ethiopia. We have many different awards. We have new aircraft. We have the beautiful A350, and we are the first African carrier to have the A350-1000. Some of our accolades and awards include Skytrack Airline, Best Airline for the last five years, Best Airline for Africa in Economy and Business Class. We have our main hub in Addis Ababa, capital of Ethiopia. And from there, we fly to many different points throughout Africa. But equally, we also cover the Middle East, Asia, and also the Americas from Addis. In terms of our network from the UK, we fly from London Heathrow, Manchester, and London-Gatwick. London-Gatwick is the biggest news here at Ethiopian Airlines, and we will be going back after many years from the 21st of November. So at the moment, we fly from Heathrow and Manchester, and from the 21st of November from London-Gatwick. It normally takes around 7 hours to get to Addis. In terms of the schedule, we leave Heathrow at 8:15. We arrive in Addis at 7 in the morning. And from there, we connect very handy with Windhoek in Namibia, 1 hour and 30 minutes connection. And then we fly on to Namibia. From Manchester, we leave in winter schedule at 5:50. We get there at Addis at 6:25. And also we have very good connections. And we also have the flexibility of London-Gatwick, which is a morning flight, and arrive in Addis at 8:55. If this flight doesn't connect, because the connection is too long, later on I will be speaking about STPC, which means stop of a package, available to connections that are longer than 8 hours. Interline partners, we have different interline partners in the UK, so we cover Scotland, Ireland, and other parts of the UK, thanks to our connections with Loganair, Scottish Airlines, British Airways, Lufthansa, and also National Rail and National Express. In terms of our fares, we do have Cat 35 fares, we have promo fares, and we have ID fares, which is tour operating fares, which means you have a ticketing time limit of 6 weeks before departure, and the guaranteed YQ and YR at the time of booking, which is very handy for your tour operating bookings. Equally, we have a group dedicated team and a generous baggage allowance. Our baggage allowance in economy is in one piece of 7 kilos with hand baggage, and one piece of 23. However, we work with a big tour operator here in the UK, a big wholesaler you might be familiar with. It's called Aviate, and they have 2 pieces of luggage for your potentially safaris and beach combination and packages. In business, we are very generous. We have 1 piece of 7 kilos and 3 pieces of 23. If you need to purchase extra, you can contact us here in the UK sales office, which I will give you also our contact details at the end of the presentation, or on the app. This is our app. You can manage all aspects of your booking and by upgrade or by extra allowance, ancillaries, and anything that you might need from our app. Equally, our business class product is fully flatbed. We have individual setback entertainment, dedicated check-ins, priority, luggage, fast track, and also lounges as well. This is some pictures of our business class on the A350, in which configuration is 222, economy as well. We have great product, great seat pitch space, and back screens, demand flight entertainment, Sheba miles. You can connect to the Wi-Fi, and also the cabin is very nice, very modern, and it changes as the time zone changes. So you arrive in destination quite refreshed. Is some of the pictures on economy, in which our configuration is 333. Airport lounges. Yes, we have airport lounges in Addis and in Manchester, because we are part of the Star Alliance. In Manchester, we use the 903 lounge. And in Heathrow, Terminal 2, we use the United Club, which is also part of the Star Alliance, in which you can collect Sheba miles for Star Alliance members. And you have all the services and facilities you can expect from a top new airport in Addis. We also have our own Skyline Hotel, in which you don't have to clear immigration before transiting for your business passengers. It's also very important to say that we are no dry airline. People think that we are dry airline, but we are not. So we do serve alcohol on board and the lounges. This is some pictures of the international airport Addis. And some more from Addis Ababa. Also, we have our frequent flyer program, in which you can earn points and redeem miles with preferred partners, like in this case, Hilton, Liner, 6 car rental. And we have platinum, silver, and different Sheba miles cards. Some of the benefits include priority airport standby, rebooking, priority baggage, advanced boarding, guarantee seats. And because we are part of the Star Alliance, you also have member airlines benefits. Like I said before, when the connections are more than 8 hours, we offer a complimentary STPC, which means stopover package, which include a 24-hour transit visa, and also includes a stay in a hotel. Normally it's a Skyline hotel, but if this hotel is busy or fully booked, we will find a hotel in the vicinity area. You are eligible for transit visa, and you have to go to the gate and they will sort that out for you. This is some pictures of the Skyline Hotel, a 1,000 room capacity hotel, very close to the Addis terminal in Addis terminal. Conference, international restaurants, outdoor, pool, spa, gym, everything that you can expect from a 5-star equivalent hotel. I will leave these virtual tours. I will be sending that with Blessing as a follow-up in the email, and then you can familiarize further virtually with our A350 and 787 product. So you can see how is the interior of the aircraft and facilities. So this is where we are in Brentford, London. This is the reservation number, the email address, and also my email address. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us, and I will be happy to talk to you and answer any question you might have. So it's been a pleasure to be here, and I leave you with lovely Laura from Namibia Tourism. She will tell you everything about lovely Namibia and what to do there for the luxury travelers.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Laura, you can take over.
Thanks, Joe, and hi, everyone. Let me just share my screen. Oh.
Joe, you will need to stop sharing your screen.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Perfect. So hi again, everyone. My name is Laura Sace. So as Blessing said, I represent the Namibia Tourist Board here in the UK. So today I'm just going to show you as much as I can about Namibia in the time that we have. So first things first, where is Namibia? So officially called the Republic of Namibia, it's a large country in the southwest coast of Africa. Namibia is bordered by Angola to the north, Botswana to the east, and South Africa to the south. So to the west, you have the South Atlantic Ocean. So from its African grasslands to its otherworldly deserts, Namibia really does have it all. So think canyons and coasts, deserts, dunes, wildlife, wetlands. Namibia will take you on a journey through it all. So there's a whole host of amazing areas with lush winds of the Zambezi region, formerly the Cape Strip in the north, and Africa's largest canyon in the south. So this country is what bucket lists were made for. So I won't speak about how to get there because Joe has done that so nicely for us, but just some quick facts for you today. So Namibia is one of the most sparsely populated countries in the world. So the UK has a population of 67 million, but Namibia has a population of 2.5 million people. So it just gives you sort of that shows you that difference, really. Namibia has over 25% of the world's population of cheetah and the largest number of free-roaming black rhino as well. So in Namibia, there's no time difference, so there's no jet lag, and that's during the UK summer months. So some people ask, when is the best place to visit Namibia? Namibia is pretty much a year-round destination, but depending on what your clients want to see and do, some months may be better than others. So from May to October, we have our dry season, which is classed as our winter. So this is the high season for safari, as you have less visitation and you have more wildlife which congregates around the rivers and the water holes. So animals are much easier to spot, making it the best time to visit places like Etosha. The average temperature is from around 21 to 25 degrees during the day, and temperatures can also drop dramatically at night. So it's always best to pack warm winter clothing in June, July, and August for the cold morning game drives. From November to April, we have our wet season, which is our summer. So rainfall brings greenier scenery and lower rates. So summer is considered our low season. At this time of year, though, you can also see newborn animals and birding at its best because migratory birds have flown in. And although named the wet season, rains are largely just short afternoon showers, so would rarely have a negative impact on your day as well. So from November to February, it does get very hot, and it's also usually more difficult to spot wildlife, especially in Etosha. So just coming on to our clientele of Namibia, generally we see more repeat Africa and safari clients. We see families with older children. We see honeymooners and couples. Again, it's a great honeymoon destination. Namibia is very popular with adventurers and explorers, and I'll go into a little bit more detail in a minute about some of the amazing things you can do in Namibia. And then also high-value tourists as well, we do see come to Namibia quite often. In terms of our key selling points, we have an endless luxury of space. So Namibia's magical beauty and huge virgin land makes it one spacious paradise. So you can leave your phone at home and disappear in a surreal silence of desert landscapes, which can only be described as luxury in modern day life. However, there's something for everyone. You've got spectacular landscapes, you've got fascinating wildlife, many outdoor activities as well, and a unique blend of Africa, which travellers have the freedom to choose from as well. We have endless peace of mind. So that means Namibia's breathtaking scenery and fascinating landscapes have the power to capture your heart. So the deafening silence of the illumination of its horizons make you feel insignificant and let your worries pale away. It is one of the places in the world that gives you peace of mind as you connect with nature, and ultimately you can feel mentally charged. We also have endless challenging adventures as well. So Namibia is known for its remarkable encounters with its nature and wide-ranging activities that appeal to your adventurous spirit as well. So the coastal towns of Swakopmund and Walvis Bay are considered Namibia's adventure hubs, offering diverse field activities ranging from quad biking, dune boarding, skiing, fishing, and dolphin cruises. The list is truly endless as well. And then finally, we have our endless natural encounters. So between the hospitable Namib Desert, lining the Atlantic coast, and the inner country, Namibia hides a panorama of richly coloured sand dunes, vast plains, savannas teeming with Africa game, and rugged brown mountains as well. So the landscape really compromises of some of the most pristine wilderness on the globe. So we also have national parks, communal conservations, and private game reserves, which cover almost half of Namibia's total surface area. So as a result, small and big game species have found refuge in Namibia, including the majestic Big Five, which is the elephant, the rhino, the buffalo, the lion, and the leopard. And then throughout the country, you will also encounter more than 20 species of antelope, thousands of seals which bask on the beaches next to the flamingos, and white pelicans on the coast as well. So even the remote north east sets itself apart scenically by its rivers and bushlands. So here elephants, crocodiles, hippos, and buffaloes also have found a unique natural sanctuary as well. So just in terms of driving distances, this map just shows you some of the driving distances around Namibia. So driving distances can be quite long, but the rolling scenery can make time just fly by. So if you have any clients that seem apprehensive about driving, please do just emphasize that the roads in Namibia are largely in really good quality, and they're generally straight and predominantly empty as well. So despite many travelers' preconceptions about Africa, Namibia is, a really safe and friendly destination. It's also really easy to get around, whether by car, plane, or escorted coaches. If budget is no restriction, of course you are able to fly from one part of the country to another, and I would just check with local airports and regional flights on that as well. So just coming on to some of our road trips. So like I said, Namibia is really proud to be a really safe destination, and we're inheriting, the infrastructure of the German colonial times, and it's one of the easiest self-drive destinations in Africa too. So Namibia Tourism offer 3 suggestions for itineraries, although there are plenty of other options depending on your client's needs and which, tour operators you're using as well. So all itineraries have alternative distances and trip lengths. Details of all of these can be found on our website, but I will just run through them though I'm conscious of time. We have the arid Eden route. So this offers an unexpected, otherworldly experience, both in its landscape and its rewards, as it brings to travellers. The arid route stretches from Swakopmund to the south of the Angolan border to the north. The route includes the previously restricted western area of Etosha National Park, one of Namibia's most important tourist destinations, with almost all visitors to the country including the park in their travel plans. We also have the Umhlanga palm route as well, which is a journey through the far north of Namibia, where the desert meets the Angolan woodland, and people of all cultures meet as well. So from here you've got bustling markets with unique smells, colours, sounds, to the beauty of Etosha National Park. You can venture off the beaten track to discover the pulse of Namibia and the route itself. And then finally, we have the Four Rivers route as well. So it has an unusual water ecosystem that gives life to rich and rare wildlife, birds, and culture. So the Four Rivers route is named after the river systems that flow through the Zambezi and the Kavango regions, namely the Zambezi, the Okavango, the Kwakwando, and the Shobe rivers as well. So the unusual water ecosystem is created by the rivers and is one of South Africa's best kept secrets. It's also home to over 430 bird species, free roaming wildlife, and numerous cultural rich villages and attractions. So in terms of adventure, Namibia is perfect for land, air, and water-based activities and adventures, including quad biking, 4x4 trails, hiking, birding, skydiving, kayaking, windsurfing, kiteboarding along the coast, and a lot more as well that we even have time for today. So we have 4x4s. Although Namibia is easily accessible, some regions do lend themselves to some serious off-roading drivers that need to know their stuff. So these 4x4 experiences are offered as either guided or self-drive tours, with some of the best found in the sand of the Namib Desert. In terms of hiking, because of the summer, the high summer temperatures, tough terrain and lack of water, hiking in Namibia requires careful planning. That said, though, we have a wide variety of walks, overnight hiking trails and guided wilderness trails as well, which are available for those that are looking to see the sights on foot. We have canoeing, kayaking and rafting as well. So throughout Namibia, it's mostly an arid region, but the country boasts plenty of reservoirs and rivers, which makes kayaking options great, particularly in Walvis Bay, where they can explore the lagoon and the popular wildlife as well. And then finally, just in terms of kite surfing is part flying attached to a kite, so part traditional surfing as well. And kite surfing is one of the most extreme sports on the water, so sailboard enthusiasts flock to Walvis Bay and Luderitz for good reason as well. The wind conditions at these two locations are ideal to opening up new range tricks, heart-stopping stunts and world record speeds as well. So stargazing is also a must in Namibia, which clients should make great use of, particularly if they're staying in safari camps. So Namibia has one of the least polluted skies in the world, making it a perfect place to enjoy stargazing. Some people ask, where is the best place to go stargazing in Namibia? I would say, you know, there are plenty of great places to stargaze. Again, it's one of the most sparsely populated countries in the world. But some would say the Khomas and the Gamsberg region, which is about 2 hours from Windhoek, is also one of the best places. Thanks to its remote region, there's very little light pollution here and it makes the night skies super clear. Again, just conscious of the time, guys, so I might just have to skim some of these slides. But conservation is a cornerstone of the Namibian experience. So Namibia was actually the first African country to incorporate protection of the environment into its constitution. And the government has reinforced this by giving its communities the opportunity to manage the rights of its wildlife through communal conservations. So today, over 43% of Namibia's surface area is under conservation management. And this includes national parks, reserves, communal and commercial conservations, community forests and private nature reserves as well. Namibia also boasts the largest free-roaming population of black rhinos, cheetahs in the world, and is the only country with an expanding population of free-roaming lions as well. Namibia's elephant population has more than doubled between 1995 and 2008, from 7,500 to 16,000 individuals, which is great news for us. So whether you set out on your own self-drive safari or join a group of like-minded travellers, Namibia is Africa's best kept safari destination secret. So in Namibia, you have the opportunity to venture into the unknown and yet to be completely safe. So visitors can take beautiful wildlife and unique landscapes at their own pace on their own terms. And like nowhere else in Africa, Namibia provides the visitors the opportunity to escape stress, experience peace, freedom, sit and explore the breathtaking landscapes and reflect. I will just jump on as well. So you also have lots of safari camps in Namibia as well. These are just two examples, but you can find plenty more on our website, and also you can reach out to our DMCs as well, who'll be more than happy to help. In terms of conservation, Namibia is the first country in the world to incorporate environmental protection into its constitution too. So from its commitment, many community-based tourism options have sprung forth, and each providing real monetary and social benefits to the local communities who provide them, and ultimately a more authentic Namibian experience to the tourists who visit. So you can come and discover local habitats, wildlife, celebrate traditional culture, rituals and wisdom, and leave knowing that your tourism dollars will have a real sustainable impact on environmental and wildlife conservation. Namibia is home to English-speaking, friendly and welcoming communities as well. So there are plenty of them in Namibia, just such as the Bastas, the Himba, the Kavango, the Damara, the Colour Reds, and the Capri Vans as well, just to name a few there for you. Just before we finish today, I do just want to jump into a few specific areas in Namibia. So you have Windhoek. Windhoek is our capital city. So Windhoek offers visitors a glimpse into both Namibia's past and future. The capital city showcases traditional Namibia life in all of its glory, as well as revealing its developing nature too. So in Windhoek, you have fascinating examples of colonial German architecture, which can be spotted among the high-rise throng of the city's thriving financial district. You can also find German bars, restaurants, which allude to the contrast colonial influence. With its cathedrals as well, its museums and its general city buzz, the capital offers visitors a taste of local life, as well as putting them in close proximity to the wildlife watching opportunities which are offered up by the nearby Dan Jivan game park. So Windhoek does really offer something for everyone. Coming on to Sossusvlei, we have the Namim Nokkeloft Park as well, and we are also home to the dead flea as well, which you can see in my background here as well. So it's a perfect place for sand duning, and we also have Namibia Wildlife Resorts as well, and this is accommodation that is only available in national parks. Just coming on to Swakopmund and Walvis Bay. So whilst Windhoek is arguably the more notable destination as far as culture is concerned, this beach has incredible landscape offerings make for a unique draw. So Swakopmund is Namibia's most popular seaside town. It's sandwiched between the crashing Atlantic on one side and the Syrian desert on the other. So Swakop has a unique field. Its streets are also lined with characterful German architecture, which gives it a charming European seaside town feel, somewhat similar to Lüderitz, another coastal town further south. Swakopmund is also home to an aquarium, golf courses, and resort hotels abound. So this is a great destination to sell to families and beach fanatics alike as well. And then we have Walvis Bay. So it may be small in size, but it also has so many activities, wildlife, and landmarks. This town is also big on tourist attractions. So Walvis Bay is also popular for boat stock because of its natural harbour. Walvis Bay is also Namibia's major harbour town, but it's also fast developing into a sought-after holiday by sea spot as well. So the drive between Swakopmund and Walvis Bay on the Trans-Kalahari Highway is a great excursion in its own right, and it only takes about 40 minutes. And it also offers a glimpse of Namibia at its most elemental, with white-cap rollers crashing into Namib's sand dunes as well. Very finally, I just want to come on to Etosha National Park, which is a really popular sanctuary in the north central region of the continent's largest game reserves, and it's also open all year round. So at its heart, you have the Etosha Pan, a prehistoric evaporated lake with 30 waterholes that draw gemsbok, springbok, zebras, blue wildebeest, red harpies, and others as well. So in turn, they attract cheetahs and lions, ostriches, and hooded vultures, which count among the 340 bird species recorded in Etosha. That will have to be it for me today, but there is so much more than Namibia than we have time to cover today. But I really hope that gives you, a top-line overview. If you would like more training, please do visit, the Africa Hub and the Namibia platform as well, where you can, on Hablo, where you can find our webinar series that we already have on our webinar page. And we also have our very own training modules on our website, knowingnamibia.co.uk, which you can also take a look at and complete as well. Finally, I know that Blessing will also send around follow-up notes and will include a video for Namibia as well, if you'd like to see more of Namibia for yourself. Thank you.
No worries at all. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you, Joe, for that wonderful presentation. Thank you, Laura, for that beautiful exposition on Namibia. Like we mentioned earlier, the Q&A box is opened, so do well to drop your questions in and we'll treat them shortly. We have quite a couple already, and we'll just go through those ones. The first one, Joe has answered live, but we'll just go over it again.
Sure.
This is from Dimaso. I didn't quite get the time schedule for flight into Namibia. Kindly advise, can we access on the GDS?
Yes, Blessing, the answer is yes, they can access on the GDS. That's the best way to do it, because you can see all the cancellations or delays or whatever. But I give you, if you want, I give you more specific data on the Heathrow Addis Windhoek. So the flight arrives in Addis at 7 a.m. and then leaves Addis at 8:35. So that gives you a connection time of 1 hour 35 minutes, and then arrive in Windhoek at 1:20 p.m. Now, the question is that there is a little bit of apprehension that maybe the connection time is not enough. But we feel that 1 hour 35 minutes is enough time to make the connections, and generally speaking, the connections are good and reliable.
Okay, thank you, Joe. The
Yeah.
second one, how can we apply for IT fares?
Sure, but one second. I just want to say that from Manchester, also, again, you can check on the GDS, but from Manchester, you get to Windhoek at 1:20 as well. And the connection time is 1 hour and 30. And from Gatwick, we don't connect. It's more than 8 hours. That's why you need to use the STPC, stopover package, if you need it.
And just to say as well, Joe, you do also have daily flights as well from Addis.
That's correct. Correct, Laura. Daily from Heathrow, 5 times from Manchester, 3 times from Gatwick.
But then you also have daily flights from Addis to Namibia to Windhoek.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Correct.
Does this answer the second question? How can we apply for IT fares?
Yeah, if you are non-IATA, then you have to buy through a consolidator. So I assume that this is an IATA operator. So if you want to have our ticketing plate, you have to send me an email and I will send you a form that we need to evaluate.
Okay, great. We have another question from Joanne. 1 hour, 30 minutes is a quick turnaround, and I'm so very sorry to ask this, but are those connections reliable?
Yeah. If the flights are on time, the connections should be reliable. 1 hour and 35 minutes is quick. I understand that it's very fast, but our airport is new, and my understanding that it's very easy to transfer in Addis these days. It's not like before, or another airport that you have to change to many different terminals and you have no time to connect. I understand if the connection was more than 45 minutes, less than 45 minutes, I would be a little bit concerned. But 1 hour and 35, we feel that is a reliable and good connection.
Okay, thank you, Joe. One more question. From Purvey, what would be the ideal itinerary for 5 to 7 days in Namibia for someone who is also going to Botswana, Zimbabwe, and South Africa?
I'll just take this one. To be honest, it depends what your clients are looking for. I definitely recommend Etosha if they're after maybe, a safari, but Windhoek perhaps if they want to see more of the city as well. So there are so many different itineraries that you can find on our website as well. So do have a look, but you can also get in touch with me as well, and I can give you some suggestions if you know more about what your client's looking for, or where they want to stay, or if they've been before, or if they're after adventures as well. So more than happy to help you with that.
Great. Anything else to add, Joe?
No, that I'm aware of.
Okay. I think this goes to Laura. What area is good for stargazing?
I think I answered this one live, but I mean, there are plenty of different areas in Namibia where you can go stargazing. We have a really sparsely populated country, which means that we have very clear skies. But one of the least light polluted skies in the world, it suggested that you should go to the Kamsberg region, which is only about 2 hours from Windhoek as well, which is suggested as one of the best places to stargaze. But again, like I said, there are plenty of amazing places to stargaze in Namibia as well.
Hey, no worries. Thank you so much, Laura. That would be all for now. If there are any more, I'll check with you separately after the live session. To our audience, thank you for joining us today. It's always great to have you join us. And in case you've missed any part of the webinar, the recording alongside Joe's details and Laura's details will be sent after the session once they are processed. Please be on the lookout for ATTA emails. We have more webinars coming up. We have one tomorrow and in the coming weeks. Do have a nice day and see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Blessing.
Thanks, Laura. Thank you.
Bye.